Hi guys, and welcome to Mark Bajewski YouTube channel. Today's topic is one which is very mystical, very exciting, and sometimes very annoying. But when you look back over the times that these certain moments happen, you have to laugh, and it's a wonderful story to share with people. So what is today's topic of conversation? Today's topic of conversation is all about crystals and what they do when you receive them and through the course of the time that you've had them. The mystical moments where they just simply disappear. This guy must be crazy, you're all thinking. Well, it's probably happened on a larger scale with Moldavite than any other crystal I've ever had. Crystals come and go. And you may ask yourself, did I put that crystal there when it turns up? I've asked that question many times. The other thing that happens often is that a crystal will work its magic fairly instantly, and then it almost says, you have no need for me anymore. And what happens then is the crystal will crack. I've seen crystals crack on people many times. I've seen crystals break and fall off instantly because it's done what it's needed to do. When you step out beyond the mind's perception of what we think is reality, there is a whole new world besides our world that is working constantly with this beautiful flow. Many people ask me, do crystals disappear? I'm going to share a story with you now which I was going to put in my second book, and it's a story which was told to me, so I'm telling you the story through the lady who shared it with me on a table while we were having something to eat in Memories of China in Barcelona. This is relevant to what I'm saying. There was a day I was invited to Barcelona to do some work, and I was fully booked with clients doing readings and healings. And probably the last day in the morning, Isabel said, somebody's cancelled and it's 5 o'clock. The cancellation. So what do you want me to do, man? Because I've got lots of people who would love to come. And she almost knew, and I didn't know, but she almost knew, and she said, but I think, should we leave it as it is? And I went, whatever you think, Isabel. So I just went with her gut feeling, and it felt right. My 3 o'clock appointment came. I did the healing and reading, and they left, and as they left, there's a knock at my room door where I was working. Isabel and Geordie came and said, look, we have a problem. And I said, what problem? Somebody has just knocked on the door who was a friend of ours who we've known for many years. And this person, through one reason or another, ended up in a home, in an institution, because something happened. They were super intelligent, super highly intelligent, a professor of whatever. And I said, so maybe that's the 5 o'clock appointment. Bring him in. He had no idea why he knocked on the door, but he knew he needed to come. And he was there exactly at 5 o'clock. The appointment taken away, ready for him. So I smiled and said, so we know who our next customer is. So he came and I shared my healing experience and my feelings, and he lied down on the bed. No words were said, but at one particular moment, I felt myself being pulled down into the ground, lower and lower and lower and lower, until I hit a very, very low energy level. And I was stood there, and it was dark, and I called upon this man who was 10 years younger, who was lying in front of me, and we began talking. And I instantly realised that the fear of whatever had happened to him in his life, I was talking to his higher self and saying that you no longer need to fear. And as I was talking, it went on for a while and what have you, and anyway, maybe after half an hour, I found myself in a seat in the room. I opened my eyes and I saw the very man sat up talking to Isabel, and they were laughing. And I said, "I have not finished, please leave the room." Quite aggressive. And Isabel jumped out of her skin, shot out. I went over to the gentleman, asked him to lie back down again, and continued for another 30 minutes or so. And then we went. Anyway, that night, a group of us were at Memories of China, and Isabel started telling me. She says, "Mark, the gentleman that came, I left you to it, and then I came back in the room because I wondered, how long this was going to take, because it was far longer than an hour." And I went, "I'm listening," and everybody's listening. And then she turned to everybody and said, "The strangest thing happened. The room that Mark was working in is a room with 4 walls, tables and a chair." She says, "I walked into that room and I looked around that room and nobody was in that room." She said, "I then smiled at this gentleman and we ended up talking, and it was like I was talking to him 10 years ago when he was fit and well and his memory was fantastic." She said, "And then all of a sudden I heard your voice and you were sat in a seat. You just appeared." And she says, "I had so much fright I ran out of the room." That to me was a very interesting story and quite shocking as well. But I, over the years, have come to understand what this is. The shamans believe that they're able to go into a state of energy and to dispel or disappear into the very depth of where the problem and issue is. I've seen black magic being done this way. In when I say black magic, I don't mean that kind of thing. I'm talking about when they go into the dark to clear the dark out. Anyway, I have a different philosophy to this. My philosophy now is this, that anybody can vibrate at any kind of wavelength to either heal, either to be angry, either to be loving, and also to simply just disappear. So you're still there, but for anybody else looking, you're simply energy and you're not there, but you are. I believe crystals have that very same energy, and sometimes they can vibrate at different moments, especially when whatever they've needed to give you, it's gone, it's done, and then they'll vibrate in another level. Whether that is purpose, I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I do have this as one answer. If ever you have a crystal and it breaks, smile, because that means it's done its job. End of story. Thank you very much. If a crystal disappears, smile, because it means that it no longer needs to help you because it's done at that moment. And if and when it's ready to help you again, it will vibrate into our material world, whatever. You will see it again. There's one thing I would like to share with you today about crystals, and that is this. Don't ever bring fear into crystals or into your life through crystals. Don't call me and say, "My crystal's broken. Is it bad luck? Is there something wrong? Have I done something wrong?" That, my dear friend, is fear. Your fear of the unknown, of what's just happened. We have to turn that around and look at everything in life as a gift and a blessing and as positivity and as something that has really helped. Why is it that we have to always look on the dark and the bad side? That isn't the human energy. That isn't humanity. That is the mind. That is fear that is fed to us daily. So I'm here today to ask you with my hand on my heart, please, if anything happens with a crystal and it's beyond different from what you've ever experienced, I want you to stop today and smile and know that it was for the right reasons for you. That's my message today, guys. I love you all. Have a great day. Thank you for subscribing to markbayerski.com. I can't tell you how much I love you all for your kindness and your support and helping me through this journey of life, as well as I try and help you and make it as exciting as we can together. And I hope to see you all in Bali, September the 2nd, I think, or 3rd. I'll see you there. I think there's 1 or 2 places left, and if not, I'll see you on here. Some exciting news coming up very shortly. I'm going to launch a membership site, so you'll be able to watch videos every day, but in full length for a lot longer than this, and we can really get down to some really serious stuff. So I hope you might be able to join me soon. Okay, have a lovely day, guys. From the Pure Energy Healing Academy, from this heart to yours, have a beautiful day.